Thank you all for tuning in once again with the 2L Sports Union. I wanted to do a quick power rankings of the NFL teams that are left in this year's playoffs. The power rankings will be based upon who I think will be the Super Bowl winner and who has the least chance to make it to the Super Bowl or even win the Super Bowl. These rankings are pretty much going to be based upon just this overall strength of the team, along with the matchups that they have in this weekend's game, and also how they fare in the ultimate game of them all, the Super Bowl, the 2019 Super Bowl 53, that will be held in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. I bring that up to say that, for starters, it seems like the New Orleans Saints are my heavy favorite team to win the Super Bowl this year. I want to start with them, and I want to start from the top because the Saints, to me, every year, every season, we seem to be talking about the same narrative, the same storylines surrounding Drew Brees and Sean Payton. Even from a regular season standpoint, they dominate at home, and it's like once they hit, the road or inclement weather or outdoors in general, their level of play seems to be a lot different than that in the Superdome in New Orleans. But nevertheless, this year's Super Bowl 53, is going to be held in Atlanta. And for those of you that don't know, the venue, the stadium, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, is a dome, which pays big-time favorites for the New Orleans Saints. Pretty much an area in which it almost seems like an afterthought to think that they would struggle in areas like that. That's why I was quite surprised to see them down early against the Philadelphia Eagles, but I think probably nerves got the best of them to start that matchup off. So I'm going to start with the Saints. Heavy favorites to me. This year seems like they are the most complete team in the NFL. They have not been riddled with too many injuries. You still have Alvin Kamara. You have Mark Ingram back there, Michael Thomas. You have Drew Brees. That defense definitely gets riled up inside domes. Let's not forget about Cameron Jordan on the D-line. The Saints are definitely poised to pull off quite of a win this year in a very competitive NFL, surprisingly. But at number two, we'll move on. At number two, my second, I should say, favorite team to proceed and win the Super Bowl. This might come to a shock to some. But that second team is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid sure have looked like the class of the AFC from start to finish. Most of their opponents, even the games that they've lost, their opponents have been forced to play Kansas City football in order to make those games competitive and even keep the games close. And then, in some scenarios, the opposing team winning. But need to say this one, Kansas City has definitely looked as the class of the AFC. They've been able to get up and down the field with their striking offense. Patrick Mahomes in the shotgun. They don't quite run the RPOs, but more so of the just the halfback ditch right into the A gap. Started off with Kareem Hunt, and now it's with Williams back there. They definitely do not seem like they have missed a beat since losing Kareem Hunt. Sammy Watkins has came in and has been phenomenal for them, leaving the Los Angeles Rams. The Kansas City Chiefs, their only default or their only side of the ball that I really don't know what to expect is the defensive side. I'm not sure how they would match up against a team like New Orleans or the Rams defensively, but their potent offense is sure to keep them in any conversation at winning any Super Bowl this year. At number three, we're going to go with my favorite team. We're going to go with the New England Patriots. This was a tough one because on paper, the New England Patriots are not They do not compete with most of these teams as far as from a roster standpoint, as far as just overall level of play. I feel like most of these teams, the Rams, Kansas City Chiefs, and also the New Orleans Saints, have had their hot moments this year where they've looked rather unbeatable, whereas the Patriots, to me, have been a game-by-game sight to see. to say the least. Bill Belichick has coached every game like it's a playoff game, pretty much. And, I mean, it's gotten him this far. It's gotten Brady right back in the AFC Championship game without the requisite weapons at like wide receiver, a rookie running back, and then you have a dual threat back in James White, who many people have seemed to have forgotten about, but kind of a secret weapon that New England has is James White. And then you think about their receiving core as we dive deeper. Julian Edelman, Chris Hogan, Philip Dorsett. These are all, I would say, slot guys. So I guess the only reason why I'm going to give them the edge over the Rams is simply coaching and the cachet. I always say, like, let's not overthink or let's not recreate a world where talent supersedes experience, because, I mean, for most of these NFL guys to be playing in the league this long, in a league that has a life cycle of 3 to 5 years, guys like Tom Brady, coaches like Bill Belichick, you have Julian Edelman, who's second all-time as far as reception goes, behind Jerry Rice. This is a team that's to be reckoned with every year, and there's no way I'm going to sit here and put them at last as far as chances to win the Super Bowl go. So I'm definitely going to have them at third. And the last team, unfortunately, is going to be the Los Angeles Rams. I think most of this is because I just can't believe that offense is going to be clicking for not only the NFC Championship game, but also the Super Bowl without Cooper Kupp. They did pick up C.J. Anderson, which looks like the greatest find right now and the greatest yin and yang with him and Todd Gurley back there. But we'll see what happens with that backfield. Defensively, though, the Rams, wow. You have Ndamukong Suh, you have Aaron Donald, you have Aqib Talib from Denver. It doesn't seem like that Rams defense is going to be the problem. I guess I'm more so erring on the side of, this is their first time going this far. You're playing against a very hot Chiefs team if you were to play them. And then you have the New England Patriots who know what buttons to push against every opponent. And then this weekend they have the New Orleans Saints. They're on the road in New Orleans, in the Dome. I'm just not sure Los Angeles can pull that one off. So that's why I kind of have them at the last team. But all these teams are great. It's been an awesome year for the NFL. Probably a season that they definitely would rave about. The scoring was up. TV ratings were back up again. They were down last year. So there's a lot to be had here in the NFL. It's been a great season. I cannot wait for the NFC and AFC championship games this weekend. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting weekend because I do not see any of these games being a blowout or, a barn burner or like a Ravens Chargers game that's like, where you have like a Lamar Jackson who just seems to be a placeholder or like the what ifs of if he makes a play. But yeah, we have 4 competitive teams this weekend. 4 great teams who know who they are, who know what they're gonna do heading into this weekend. You have 4 awesome coaches in Sean McVay, Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, and the New Orleans coach is slipping my mind. Sean Payton in New Orleans. They're all great coaches. It's gonna be a great weekend. Definitely tune in, guys. We'll have post-game reactions. I'm thinking about possibly doing a live stream of one of these games, but I'm just not sure. The commitment just seems to be so taxing. And I know you guys don't want to listen to me yell and stuff, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for tuning into the 2L Sports Union. I should be back with my co-host very soon. But you guys have a good one. Until next time.